Former US President Donald Trump has made a great comeback in US politics. As the Republican candidate, Mr. Donald Trump is going to be the 47th president of United States. In the elections held yesterday, Donald Trump defeated his Democratic rival Kamala Harris in a convincing manner. His win is incredible on many counts. Mr. Donald Trump is only the second US president to win two non consecutive terms, and perhaps only the first US president in the modern times to return to power after a defeat. You may be remembering the trials and tribulations Mr. Trump underwent in the recent years after he was defeated. And he had been impeached twice, once in 2019 and later in 2021. Then he had been found guilty of felony on many counts. But anyway, I think he has overcome the test by fire, and now all the accusations against him have been proved wrong. Now, it's not just United States. His victory has evinced interest around the globe. India is also Indian politicians and even the common man have been eagerly waiting for the result. And many think Donald Trump as a friend of India, not just Prime Minister Narendra Modi. There are many reasons for that. So, how will the election of Donald Trump impact India? What are the areas where the relationship is going to be strengthened? And will that Indo-US ties be strained in any sphere? Let's get to the bottom of the whole issue. Welcome to Insights. I am Hari Kumar. I think on political as well as social fronts, India and the US will be going to cooperate in a much better manner than the two countries have been cooperating in the recent years when Joe Biden was the US president. But I feel on the economic front, Mr. Trump is going to be a tough bargainer. He's a man who knows business. He means business. So he's going to make some tough bargains with India on the economic front. He's going to demand reduction of tariffs. But on the social and political fronts, India-US relation is going to become better because, as everybody knows, everybody thinks that Mr. Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi shares a very warm relationship. So it is likely to be reflected on many areas. But as I said earlier, on the economic front, Biden had been complaining that the tariff rates in India are high. For example, regarding automobiles, like you might be remembering about the high tariffs on Harley Davidson motorbikes and other automobiles. So I think India should expect some tough bargaining from Donald Trump on those areas. But let's come to the social and political areas. Before the elections, Donald Trump was the only candidate in United States who declared his sympathy for Hindus, especially the Hindus who have been undergoing attacks in Bangladesh. And he is a person who declared his open support for the Hindus who are under the attack in many parts of the world. So for the ruling BJP, that way Trump is going to be a close friend. And again on the political fronts, regarding China also, India could expect a better support, a stronger support from Donald Trump. Especially, you need to remember that he was the man who mooted the, I mean, who played a major role in the forming the Quad alliance. And of course, Trump will be interested in strengthening the Quad and cooperating with India in maintaining the security of Indian Ocean. So on that front, I think he is going to cooperate with India very closely. Again, when it comes to terrorism, Trump is a person who takes a very strong position. You know, as a political leader, the brand Trump evokes the image of a strong person. Unlike Joe Biden, who often evokes the image of tripping over, then stumbling. And whenever you recount or remember Joe Biden, the pictures or scenes of Joe Biden tripping over in airports while boarding aircrafts all come to our mind. We don't know whether Joe Biden was in complete control of the political scenario in the US, but Trump evokes an image which is just opposite. He could be accused of being a jerk or being a tough cookie, but he is a political leader who is in total control of the situation. Nobody could accuse Mr. Donald Trump of being a stooge in somebody else's hands or even being controlled by the deep state of United States. But Joe Biden was not like that. Nobody ever would remember Joe Biden as a strong president of the United States. Perhaps Kamala Harris evoked a stronger image. So I think this is helpful because when other countries deal with United States, they actually want a president who is able to take decisions independently and who has the clout, political as well as social clout, to implement the decision. So I think on that count, countries like India will better fare with United States. So here is another person with whom the government of India or the Indian leaders could talk, and they could be sure about the outcome also. And so that way, I think Trump as the president of United States will be helpful to India. But you see, whoever becomes the president of United States, they all have the same opinion regarding the interests of United States. Especially, Donald Trump is a person who follows the policy of US first, and he has taken a vow to strengthen the US economy and to maintain the position of US as the strongest power in the world. So I think interests of the US come to him first. But at the same time, the benefit for India is that the interest of India is not clashing with the interest of US always. See, both the US and India are democracies. The India is the largest democracy, and the US is the second biggest democracy in the world. And when it comes to attitude towards Islamic terror, both countries have got similar attitude or similar positions. Policies are similar. And regarding the war in the Middle East, India has changed a lot. Now, India's support lies with Israel. So there is no conflict in interest in many areas nowadays. And regarding China, the relations between India and China have become better, of course. But there is some kind of test of strength always. And I think in that manner, Donald Trump will stand with India. Now, when it comes to Russia, Donald Trump has got better relations with Vladimir Putin. So, India will not be in a dilemma always, because you got better. India is will feel better if Donald Trump as the United States president, and because Donald Trump, I think, will play a creative role in reducing tensions. I mean, ending the war with Ukraine. So I think all those areas India may not be troubled. The most important fact is that when it comes to military cooperation, India, of late, India has been feeling some kind of uneasiness because of the delay in supply of jet engines to India's light combat aircraft Tejas program by the General Electric. So GE had promised to provide F404 jet engines for the LCA program, and it has been delayed by 2 years. But I think the US deep state might have played some tricks in the issue. They don't want India to develop a fighter jet. I think in those areas, perhaps Biden could play a more positive role. Mr. Trump could play a more positive role. So, generally, Indians are eagerly waiting for the inauguration of Donald Trump as the US president because he is a powerful person, he is a tough cookie. We know very well that if he takes a decision, he has the will to get it implemented, and nobody in the world is going to prevent him. Regarding his stand towards terrorism, again, India expects some strong steps from the side of Donald Trump, and perhaps that will come true also. So I think generally Indians will welcome, and India expects the relations between both the countries to become better also. That's for now. Meet you with more updates. Till then, goodbye.